Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Time again.
It is that time again.
For the Brad and Squeeze Show on 93.5 WVIP FM.
Mike needs to be turned on, Squeeze.
Okay.
And I need to figure out why
I turned it on. You
know
why I turned it off?
Why did you turn it off? Because you were complaining to me.
No.
It's Giving Tuesday, right?
I went to the bathroom.
Yes.
And I didn't want to leave my microphone on, so Jill and everybody
could hear you.
Could hear the toilet flushing and everything.
Flushing
and all of that stuff,
doing your thing in the bathroom.
So I turned it off, because Patrice mic'd us early. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're here, 93.5 WVIP and Facebook Live. Remember, respectively, it's the frequency out there that covers the tri-state area, but it's Facebook Live that covers everywhere. All right, you can go to the Brad and Squeeze Show page, the only page that I'll be mentioning moving forward in the near future. So everyone out there, make sure you share, like, follow us, do all of that stuff. It's where we answer your immigration questions. We speak on different areas of law, not just immigration, but also criminal defense, family law, tax law, personal injury, and much more. Once again, my name is David Squeeze Anarchy with the attorney Bradford H. Bernstein, who is ready to rock and roll.
We are ready to rock and roll.
News that he wants to share with you all. So as you share your pages, and I'm going to do the same, Brad, bring us up to speed with what's happening in and around the world.
So let me tell you what's happening around the world.
So why don't you tell me what's happening around the world?
We are live on the Brad and Squeeze Show page. We are live on the Law Office of Spar and Bernstein page, and hopefully we're sharing on all our other pages. Tomorrow will just be the Brad and Squeeze page, and our good old friends at WVIP 93.5 FM. So if you're watching...
I won't call them old. Okay. I say my good friends.
Old friends. And if you are watching on any other Facebook page other than the Brad and Squeeze Show page, you should go like that page and follow that page right now, because tomorrow, that's the only place you can see us live. How's that, Squeeze?
And remember, tomorrow is promised to no one, so go there now.
Correct.
All right?
Tomorrow is promised to nobody. There's a, let's see, Wolf Blitzer time. This is on CNN about the dueling people in the Consumer Fraud Protection Bureau between Trump and Obama. Wolf Blitzer can cover that one, right?
Yeah, forget about that.
Who cares about that? All right, there's a backlog in the New York immigration courts, leaving most undocumented children without lawyers.
Okay.
According to the federal court data compiled by the Transactional Records Access Clearing House at the Syracuse University, the Orange Men of the Syracuse University, how ironic, they call themselves the Orange Men. Can you imagine? They all come out wearing Trump face masks at the football game. But more than 88,000 cases involving undocumented youths are currently backlogged in the United States nation's immigration courts. As the overall number of undocumented children entering the United States has dropped, the backlog has grown. More and more people need to do what's called SIJ, Special Immigrant Juvenile Petitions. This is the giving season. This is Giving Tuesday. So if you know of a child...
Who came up with that?
I don't know.
Who came up with this Giving Tuesday?
Marketing, okay? It was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, now it's Giving Tuesday, it's What's Up Wednesday, it's Who Cares Thursdays, by the way, it's Sunday's Fun Day, everything is a marketing thing.
Why did they call it Black Friday?
I don't know.
So we have been just using this terminology all along, and we don't know why the hell they call it Black Friday.
You've been using the terminology, you don't like it?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I mean, we get great
What would
deals.
you like? What would you rather call it?
I just
White
want to
Friday?
know, why do they call it Black Friday?
Why do they call it White Christmas?
I don't know.
I don't know. Why is it a Black Christmas and White Friday?
I guess White Christmas is synonymous with the snow.
Right.
But why is Black Friday Black Friday? Maybe our producer can research.
Maybe we can research why it's called Black Friday. I guess because if you're in the black, you're making money, and if you're in the red, you're losing money, because the color of blood is red, and the color of your skin is. I don't know. I have no idea.
On Fridays, we're losing money anyway.
I'm trying to come up with the reason, and I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Come on.
All I know is there's a.
You are Brad Bernstein. You're supposed to know.
I don't know the origin of every situation. Although I do know that there's a backlog in the immigration courts, which is which is what I was supposed to be talking about.
Now you know.
And in this backlog, we're suggesting that every child, if you know a child out there, because it is Giving Tuesday.
Giving Tuesday. If it has to do with children, I say give all the time.
Give the kids a chance, Squeeze.
Yes, you should.
Honestly, and all joking aside, give them a chance. If you know a kid and they're undocumented, almost every child can go through a SIJ application. Almost every child, as long as you can show that it's not in their best interest to be reunited with at least one of their biological parents because of abandonment, that parents injured them or were abusive to them, neglected them, whatever it may be. Almost every child under 21 could take advantage of a SIJ program. Almost everyone, if they have a parent who's going to become their legal guardian. You don't even have to adopt them. So since this is Giving Tuesday, and there's a backlog of undocumented immigrants, children in the courts, why not?
I just heard about what Black Friday is all about.
What is it?
Basically, the police started it, according to our producer, because of throngs of people and traffic. Okay, and they just came up with that terminology, Black Friday. Very interesting.
It's interesting that the police called it black.
It had a negative connotation,
and they called it black from the police.
Yeah.
Very, very. What do you say about that as a social commentary?
Oh, I think it sucks.
You think it sucks?
Yeah. Why we got to put black on it?
Right.
Why didn't they call it red?
Right. Are you saying that maybe that there was a lot of black people going to the throngs of stores? Yeah. Is that why?
They say also the retailers' books went from red to black.
Right. Why don't they in certain areas call it White Friday? Because certain areas would only be white people thronging to the stores. In certain
I don't know, man. Listen,
in certain other areas,
it
would be Hispanic Friday.
All I know, Brad, God gave me a certain amount of years on this planet, of which I don't know how long it would be. Yeah. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be another 50 years. I don't know. All I know, I'm just doing my little time here, man. What it is I'm supposed to do. What else you got in the news? Before we go to 1-800-529-5465.
Ivanka Trump and Chelsea Clinton agree on something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The Clinton and the Trumps.
They should leave Malia Obama alone. Everybody. Last week, several media outlets started publishing videos that seem to show it's Malia or Malia?
Come on, I didn't get it.
Malia or it's Malia.
Malia.
I knew I was saying her name wrong. Malia Obama, now a freshman at Harvard, kissing a fellow student and blowing smoke rings. Ivanka Trump and Chelsea Clinton both tweeted the day after Thanksgiving to make it clear that Malia should be allowed to live her college life in peace without having to worry that her antics will be published for the world to see. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that. Maybe the old SMG. That would be a good date for the old SMG. Remember the old SMG? Remember that guy?
Yeah.
The original SMG?
Yeah.
That cerebral thinking man?
Yep.
Right?
My daughter was at the University of Rhode Island.
Yes.
Did some antics.
Oh, let's see the pictures of Malia christening, as we just said that the media... Actually, we shouldn't show it. All right, we're showing it. We just said the media should leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Get it off our show.
My daughter did some antics up in the University of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
She and her friends.
And?
Were walking back from somewhere where they were drinking.
A fraternity party?
Maybe. Yes, you're right.
Okay, a fraternity party.
We're drinking at plastic cups, and they were stopped by the cops.
And what happened?
And 3 white girls, one black girl, and guess who got a ticket?
Your daughter.
I'm trying to figure it out.
And later on, was your daughter kissing a man, and did it go viral around the world?
She wasn't kissing anybody.
Okay, good.
Not that I know of.
Right.
Right. But anyway, it got taken care of when Anarchy called. So what else is in the news?
Black Friday news, Squeeze.
Oh, man, more Black Friday.
More Black Friday news. The FBI says it fielded 203,086 background requests for gun purchases on Black Friday. More people bought guns on Black Friday. There's the guns that some people may have bought. The highest daily total ever of gun purchases ever in the history of the United States.
No. Some of these guns are illegal. AK-47s
Well,
are
I don't
not
know. Some of them, it is the highest total of guns ever sold in the history of the United States in one day. The number of firearms was probably higher than 203,000 because a buyer would only require just one check for a purchase of multiple firearms. So if you wanted to go to a store and buy 10 guns, you're only getting one check.
Right.
Yeah, so that only counts as, so you're saying, 203 guns, that seems like a lot. There's even more than that. So it's a popular time to buy guns, actually, on Good Friday. Friday's surge in background check requests came 2 days after Attorney General Jeff Sessions directed the FBI to do a comprehensive review of the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. Apparently, lots of people falling through those cracks. So, as you walk down the street today, Squeeze, after the show, feel very, very secure that there are
you can't buy
there are hundreds of thousands of people.
In New York.
There are hundreds of thousands of people who have guns.
Mm-hmm. But you can buy
who didn't have guns a week ago.
Yeah. What do you want from me?
I want you to say something to say guns are bad. They shouldn't be sold. They're not making anybody safe. Come on. It's a matter of fact, statistics show that when New York banned guns, it had nothing to do with policing, but as their gun laws became stricter, it has become a safer city.
It has.
Has.
Okay, good.
Right. That is the number one reason why New York is a safer city. And Facebook, Squeeze, okay, is rolling out artificial intelligence to detect suicidal posts before they are reported. Facebook's new proactive detection artificial intelligence technology will scan all posts for patterns of suicidal thoughts.
Right.
And when necessary, send mental health resources to the user at risk or their friends, or contact local first responders. So, Squeeze,
Brad and Squeeze show knows everything, huh?
When you see our numbers go down and you post some sad thoughts on Facebook about it, expect an ambulance to come.
As a matter of fact, I was watching 13 Reasons Why last night on Netflix.
What is 13
and
Reasons Why?
it's all about a girl who committed suicide and then she left 13 tapes as to why. And it's basically, from what I've seen so far, I've not watched all of it, it's about basically bullying.
It is
something that I do not support.
It is.
You know, and it's very bad. Bullying causes so much deaths and suicides every single year. And people out there should really stop it if they're doing it in all capacity, not just from school, but also like the president. You know,
the president is the biggest bully of them all.
So we all need to stop it. It hurts people and make people do things that we don't want them to do.
But you're right, and it starts from the top, and he is the biggest bully there is, and that's why there's probably more anxiety now and hurt and pain, just emotionally, in the United States of America, because we have a guy in the White House who's bullying everybody.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Glad you don't.
I don't like it at all.
I'm very happy that you do not.
And I think what we should do to protest this, Squeeze,
yes,
we still have our Donald Trump. There he is. There he is.
But this guy, you know what?
Look how orange he is.
I think he has tricked everybody, though. Even you.
Why?
Because this guy still gets more publicity than anyone else in the world.
Well, yeah, because he's the president of the United States.
You know?
Right.
And also because of his antics.
Yeah, I just read that his hotel in Panama wants to strip his name from the hotel because
but you know they're really franchises. You know that.
Yes, of course, right. They manage it.
Yeah.
He's because he's mismanaging the hotel in Panama. Maybe because he's the president of the United States and hasn't really paid attention to his hotel in Panama. I don't know. But they wanted to strip him of his name. But what we wanted to do, Squeeze, here...
Which is what?
At the Brad and Squeeze show...
Is answer immigration question?
Yes, but our Halloween...
You speak with our attorneys?
Yes, okay. But our Halloween pumpkins are starting to rot in the...
You mean just like Donald?
Yes, in our prop room. Mm-hmm. Okay, we have a prop room here at the Brad and Squeeze show.
A prop room?
Yes. So we
I heard about the big scissors for $200.
Yes. So we have props. And the pumpkins are rotting, Squeeze.
Okay.
They're starting to stink up the whole place. It's kind of like a similar smell when you walk into the White House now.
Why do you think I leave here after the show?
Right, stinking up the whole place. So Jill suggested that as a protest to Donald Trump, we find a very safe place, because we have one of the pumpkins, we drew his face on and we have his hair on it.
Right.
In a very, very safe place, drop the pumpkin out of a window and watch it splash
potential lawsuit. I'm sorry, I do not go with that.
I don't go for that.
I can't go for that.
She said in a very safe place. I said I would not agree to that.
Considered I'm affiliated with the marketing of this law firm that's been around since 1958.
Yes, that would probably not be the smartest.
My marketing skills here. All right, dropping pumpkins out of the window, even if it looks like Donald.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Jill, no to the pumpkin. Do not
dropping the pumpkins that look like Donald out of the window.
Out of the window that looks like Donald Trump. All right, we have vetoed it.
The marketing professional has decided not to.
All right, we will not be doing that then.
No.
What we will be doing is just taking the rotten pumpkin and throwing it in the garbage.
I think what we can do,
like what we should do with the president, throw it in the garbage.
Bring your man or woman on the street outside. We'll bring the pumpkin of Donald. Okay, outside.
Yes.
It's a pumpkin.
It is a pumpkin.
Okay, and we can smash the pumpkin.
Just smash it.
Yes.
With a hammer.
Yeah.
Away, but make sure the hammer is away from everybody.
Everybody, yes.
We don't want to have an injury.
And we will have the appropriate security down there.
Yes.
All right.
Just smash it.
Yes. That's our protest. That's our feelings.
Smash it.
Yeah.
With a hammer.
Yeah. A hammer is good.
Don't
use any guns or anything like what they've been doing in the videos.
Why don't we go to City Hall Park? I like this one better. We go to City Hall Park.
Yeah.
We go find an empty bench at City Hall Park across the street. We bring our Donald Trump pumpkin with his hair.
Right.
We sit it on the bench and just quietly watch all the birds peck at it until have it more of a slow.
Our people peck at it.
Right. Or have more of like a slow demise of the pumpkin.
That could work.
That could work too. All right. Jill, all good ideas, but do not throw it out the window.
Yeah, I think we really should go.
Throw pumpkins out the window.
We should go back to what we do best.
Let's go to Davis in New York.
Davis in New York, thank you so much for calling 1-800-529-5465. What's your question for Brad?
A pleasant good afternoon. I currently I'm moving conditions for my green card with two siblings, and I got the letter, the I-797 letter in the mail Saturday evening, and it only has my son's name on it, and my daughter's name is not on it.
When did your daughter get her green card? At the same time as your son and you?
All of us did everything the same day, same time, everything.
All right, so then I think you should write them a letter and say, please make sure that my child is also included on this, and wait for their response with a copy of her birth certificate.
I called the
Don't
customer
call them.
service.
Do not call customer service.
You know what
happens? All right, because customer service is no service as far as the Immigration Service is concerned when it relates to an issue like this. They are outside contractors. They are not the Immigration Service. You are wasting your time and effort. You have to actually contact the person who has your file. You write them a letter and say, please make sure my child is included. Here's a copy of her conditional resident card. Here's her birth certificate. It was off of my I-797 notice. I want to make sure she's included. And you'll get a response, hopefully within a month or two, hopefully saying, yes, she is included.
So the letter, Brad, at the top where I have the principal alien, I'm looking at the letter. That's where my name is. That's where my name is supposed to be on it.
You are the principal alien, correct?
Yeah, and then it mailed to him with his name at the bottom.
All right. So then I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you filed. So what I would suggest at this point is, why don't you make an appointment to come in so we make sure that everything's done right? Hold on one second.
All right. And I want to make a suggestion to everybody out there that's watching the phenomenal Brad and Squeeze show.
Phenomenal.
And listening on 93.5.
Sensation, Squeeze.
The sensational show.
Sensational
I want to
show.
make a very, very wise suggestion.
Wise.
And I'm not the wisest person in the world, all right?
But people
but nobody listens to Squeeze.
Right.
So I'm going to say it again to see if anyone listens. Seriously speaking, if you're going to be calling the Brad and Squeeze show, most of you know that you truly will need help from this law firm. So when you do call, do one of two things. Book your appointments, which I prefer you do, up front, right there and then, okay? And then if you want to, you can hang on the lines and still get Brad to, give you a quick answer to your question. But if you want an in-depth answer, I say book your consultation. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You don't have to come in and look at this beautiful mug. No. I'm not talking about his face. I'm talking about the beautiful Brad and Squeeze book. All right? You can actually do your consultation over the phone and get everything that you would get when you see Brad in person except shaking his hands. All right? Or you can come in and see him 6 days a week.
Correct.
All right? Let's get to another question.
Michael is calling us in Long Island.
Michael.
New York.
Yes, sir.
Long Island, New York. It says TBD, to be determined. What it needs to be determined? Somewhere in Long Island, I guess, right?
Doesn't want to say where.
Doesn't want to say
Yes.
where.
All right.
Okay. Somewhere in vast Long Island is Michael with an immigration question.
Yeah, I'm in Nassau County, so that's
Nassau
okay.
County. We're narrowing it down to about 2 million people, Michael. Don't worry, we don't know who you are.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I filed for my 2 boys in 2004, and it reached to affidavit of support, and something happened, and I just abandoned it. Is it alive or it's dead? It's
probably alive still. Most likely alive.
Probably still alive.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make appointment, and I'm bringing the file number, and you can look in.
Just hold the line. Don't go anywhere,
Don't
Michael.
go anywhere.
All right.
Let's go to Chris in Philadelphia.
Chris in Philadelphia. We're second Philadelphia person for the day.
Philadelphia.
Phil, what are you doing? Driving or in a train? What are you doing? It sounds like you're one of the above.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Chris.
Yes. I am actually driving right now.
All right, put the windows up.
All right, everything is actually up. Yeah, my earpiece.
Okay.
All right, good.
What's up?
All right, quick question is this. My mother is here for about, over 20 years on a visiting visa, which she is now out of status, correct? And she's very afraid to try to move forward with going to a lawyer or seeing anybody because it's fear of what's going to happen, that she'll have to be sent home. Now, her husband is married, is actually a green card holder here, and but she's still married in Jamaica. And I am a citizen. Is there any way that we can still address her concerns and take care of it?
You're over 21. You're her son. She can file an adjustment.
Yes.
She should not be scared at all. She should be scared of living here illegally. She should not be scared of getting a green card. We can get her a green card in 6 months. She should make an appointment to come see us. Hold on.
And even in Philly, I can still come there and do that.
Even in Philadelphia,
Absolutely.
correct.
Immigration is federal, so Brad can handle it from any. As a matter of fact, it doesn't matter where in the world, as long as it has to do with U.S. immigration.
And you can take the train right into Midtown. It's an hour and a half train ride, 2-hour train ride, depending on what train you get. And it's a 10-minute subway downtown. In 2 hours and 10 minutes, you can be in my office.
All right?
Appreciate it.
All right, hold on one second.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, folks, the Brad and Squeeze Show, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465 is the number. Do remember that, yes, we will be answering your immigration questions via SMQ, our social media queen. Her name is Kim Moore, and she's coming up shortly right here on the Brad and Squeeze Show, the noon edition.
LAWLINK edition.
The LAWLINK edition.
Correct.
Okay.
9 o'clock is immigration. LAWLINK, we expand to all laws. Right.
All right. I stand corrected.
Jacqueline from Queens.
Jacqueline.
Hi.
Is
Hi,
it
how are
Jacqueline
you?
or Jacqueline?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
You see?
Jacqueline.
Yeah. Sure. See?
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
I know somebody that's married to a U.S. citizen. Never put the papers in. They got in trouble with the law, as in the case got dropped to a felony, which I guess you call it assault. He had cut the person with a knife.
Wow.
Which is his landlord.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Landlord was trying to collect the rent.
No. He put the car in the yard, and the landlord told him to move it, and they got into a fight, and
All right.
that happened.
Yada, and next somebody gets stabbed.
Stuff happens.
Right.
All right.
The case got dropped.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Okay.
The case got dropped, so now he's scared to put the papers in because of that.
Sure.
He don't know if he's going to get to it.
But you just said earlier that it got reduced to a specific charge. Now you're saying the case got dropped.
I think he said the lowest felony that there is.
So the case did not get dropped.
No, he got guilty of a very serious crime, a felony.
Yeah. So
Right.
Okay,
he said it was the lowest.
So don't say the case got dropped.
That's why whatever anybody says, the case got dropped, I wasn't found guilty, I always say, Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why don't you come in and bring your paperwork?
Bring your disposition.
Just bring your disposition.
Yeah, he has a disposition, but he also got locked up apart from that for minor stuff.
Okay.
Right. You heard what I said earlier, Jacqueline?
He needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
He should be terrified to file anything with a felony. He should come speak to a lawyer. I'm a pretty good lawyer. Let him come see me. Hold on one second.
That's it.
Right.
All right. And by the way, Brad, if you can do me a favor, or I'm going to walk off the show. I promise you I will.
I do not want this to be the Brad Show.
No.
This will not be the Brad Show.
That's not what you said the other day when I wasn't around.
This will not be.
Jill told me.
I said it was the Brad Sans Squeeze
and
show.
she did it inadvertently.
Brad Sans Squeeze. But never the Brad
There's one thing I want you
show.
to do, because I don't want to walk off the show.
Do not walk.
All right?
Do not walk.
I'm going to tell you why.
All right, I'll pay you more, Squeeze.
No, forget about the money right now. This second.
Jill will pay you more.
No.
Jill, get
not
out
about
my
the money.
checkbook.
For once, it's not about the money.
Out.
For once, it's not about the money.
Squeeze is holding me up. How much?
Stop when we're on this show saying that they need an attorney. Stop. All right, please. They need an attorney from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And the next time you say that, I'm going to get up, I'm going to pack my things, I'm going to go across the street, okay, where I have a much higher floor. I'm on the 24th floor.
And you can drop
I can
pumpkins.
look down.
And you can drop a pumpkin.
I can drop pumpkins on you, all right? So stop saying they need an attorney. No, they need Spar and Bernstein attorney. That's all I got to say. Next question.
All right, Joe, you can put my checkbook away. He was not holding me up for more money. That's what I thought he was. I thought on live show, Squeeze is like, damn it, I want a raise. Give me more money.
Anyway, Brad and Squeeze, once again, folks, remember the Brad and Squeeze Facebook page, and partnered with USA Credit Repair. They're doing a wonderful job. And remember to reach out to USA Credit Repair. Brad, let's go to another call.
By the way, Renault says the partner money, the Susu's ready, Squeeze.
Right.
Squeeze needs a Susu for Christmas.
Yeah, I need a Susu for Christmas. I need in the vernacular, I need a partner draw.
Well, a partner draw?
I need a partner draw, which is a partner draw. Right. I need a partner draw right now, okay?
Funny. All right, so you know what? Let's see if we can reach Carmela.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Carmela's our tax attorney.
Right.
Do you have her by Skype anywhere? Carmela? I don't hear
We're 1 second away from her. So
we are 1 second away. So why don't we go to Danny?
Yeah,
and then we're going to
why don't we do that?
We'll do Danny and then Carmela. Danny, how are you?
Danny, what's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing? What's up, Squeeze?
Everything is good, man. Make sure you come to Brad's office, and if you need any credit problems, also you know where to find us. All right. So what's up? What's your question for Brad, though?
Yeah, my question is, Brad. I'm an American citizen. I'm married to this Jamaican without a status. She got a kid for me, but I find her taping my conversation. We was arguing the other day, and I find that she was taping me. I believe that she's trying. She's trying to leave, but she want to try to get a green card in a different area. Is that possible?
It's very possible. She could be trying. She could be trying to do a green card based on extreme emotional abuse, and that would be perhaps arguing. And it's not so much, it's a lot. It's not so much the volume or the argument. It's what you're saying. So yeah, it's possible.
So hopefully you're not saying anything out of context.
And now remember, if just be very careful. I'm telling you, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, and you may be a good guy.
Careful.
You gotta be very careful, because if cops are called, somebody's getting arrested.
Yeah, charges can be brought against you.
Right. Okay. So be careful. All right.
Okay.
As Squeeze says, what do you say? Walk away.
Walk it off.
Walk it off. Right.
Walk it off, man.
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
All right.
But so if I walk it off, she can get it like by herself. Then if I don't argue with her, I don't fight her.
She has to prove extreme emotional abuse or physical abuse. If there's not extreme emotional abuse and there's not physical abuse, and you walk it off, I mean, she would be making.
And you know what, Danny? Who cares if she gets it or not? I mean, just you walk away. You have a clean conscience. You have a clean and a clear conscience.
And whatever she does,
God will look at you as a positive.
Right.
So just walk it off and just leave it alone, man. Let God deal with it. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
You did your piece, all right? That's how I look at life.
That's better advice than I was giving him, Squeeze.
Yeah.
That's very good advice. Thank you.
All right, my brother.
Walk it off and God knows.
Yes, of course he knows.
Don't worry about what she does.
Yeah, just even if she gets it, so what? She gets it. You did a good deed. Okay, don't be vindictive. Don't think negative. Just be positive about it. That's what I do.
I'm divorced.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously.
And you walked it off.
I walked it off,
right.
And I'm happy. I want my ex-wife, to be happy. Right. I don't want anybody to be unhappy. Mm-hmm. We had our arguments, but I don't want everyone to be unhappy.
I think walking it off for me, though, has been very negative. I've never been married. I've walked it off way too many times.
Yes. Yes, at some point, Squeeze.
As soon as something blows up, I just walk it off.
At some point, you got to walk it off, but you got to walk back and put a ring on it. At some point, you got to do that.
Toxic.
Squeeze got to put a ring on it.
I can't do toxic.
Maybe if you put a ring on it, you wouldn't have to walk it off anymore.
Yeah, well, right now I would like to walk off some taxes.
You would like to walk off some taxes.
Let's find
Carmela,
our tax attorney, Carmela.
Carmela Waldron, our tax attorney here on our LawLink edition via Skype. Let's see if we find her.
Via Skype. Is it
Carmela, hello.
Hello there, Carmela.
How are you? So Carmela's our tax attorney. What?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm the tax attorney here at the firm.
Okay, so Carmela is our tax attorney. I know. Joe was telling me, by the way, Carmela is the tax attorney. I said, I know.
You would think you would know that,
I know
right?
that, yes. So Carmela is our tax attorney.
I think we have a true success story also.
We do. We're going to get to Tony in a second. He's our true success story. And he's going to be discussing what Carmela did to reduce his tax debt. This is now, he went to an accountant, I guess, right, Carmela?
No, actually, he came to the firm.
He came to the firm.
He came to the firm to apply for citizenship, but he had not filed for 5 years. So I prepared his tax return.
Okay, 1 second. So in order to file for your citizenship, Squeeze, you got to show if you work, you paid taxes.
Right.
So this guy was obviously working off the books, and he's like, who knows, But now to become a citizen, who's going to know? The U.S. government's going to know. So that's why that's why you have Carmela here. So I guess Carmela filed 5 years back taxes for the guy, right?
Yes, I did.
And he owed over $10,000 from those 5 years. So let's get Tony on the line here. Tony,
how you doing?
Hello.
This is Tony.
Hi.
Tony.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing great. Doing absolutely great.
All right. So Carmela's here and Squeeze is here, and thank you for joining the Brad and Squeeze show. So you came to us to do your citizenship, but I guess you didn't pay taxes for 5 years. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we brought you over to Carmela first, and we said, Carmela, got to deal with this guy's taxes before we do his citizenship. So what did Carmela do for you?
Carmela did her thing. She is the best. Yeah, Spar Bernstein is the best.
Okay.
And everybody needs Spar Bernstein.
All right, stay there 1 second, Tony. 1 second. I appreciate that you think we're the best and everyone needs it, and he wants to promote us and market us and tell everybody to call us. But before we do that, let's find out, Carmela, what you did that Tony is saying all these wonderful things about us.
Well, he owed approximately $10,000 in taxes, and I filed what is called an offer and compromise application. It's a process where you could get a settlement from the IRS if you owe thousands of dollars in taxes. So he owed $10,000. I filed the offer and compromise application, and I recently received a settlement 2 weeks ago for $100.
He owed over $10,000 on his back taxes and ended up paying $100. Now, he's a self-employed. We don't have to discuss what he does, but he's self-employed. And I think Tony is also, if my recollection is correct, very close to retirement. So if he actually had to pay this $10,000 to the IRS, which he didn't have, he would have been working for more and more years. Is that right, Tony?
Yeah, man.
All right. So Tony, he's from Yad. He's from the Yad, right?
From Yad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Tony, what documentation did you bring into Carmela? Was this an easy process, or did she make it really difficult for you? I mean, you saved over almost $9,900 in taxes. How difficult was this to do with Carmela?
It wasn't very difficult. As a matter of fact, whatever she wanted, bank statements and so on and so forth, I brought it to her. But the thing is, I was a little concerned at a certain time, and I was asking Carmela all sorts of questions, and she said, "Hey, don't worry, relax. Everything is going to work out fine." So that gave me the confidence that I needed, because, you hear from all types of people who say, them are going to take your care, them are going to take your house, them are going to take your income, etc., etc.
It's quicker to believe in the negatives.
When she told me, relax, everything is going to be fine, I just relaxed, let her do a thing, and then later she gave me the call and said, hey, it was accepted, and this is what you have to pay, just under $100. $100. I said, holy.
Don't you know? I know what you said, but holy Spar and Bernstein.
I mean, Spar and Bernstein can represent you. They know what they're doing. They're experienced, and everybody needs
this guy is happy. I mean, you ever see a guy save $10,000? He's happy, right? Happy guy. I always say, Tony, when young lawyers come to me, and this is very true, okay?
Right.
When young lawyers come to me and they say, Mr. Bernstein, why are you so successful? I mean, you know more law than other people. You read more books than other lawyers. I said, no, every lawyer knows the law. We all went to the same law schools. We all took the same test to become a lawyer.
Right.
The difference between a successful lawyer and a non-successful lawyer is exactly what Tony just told us. A successful lawyer makes it easy for the client. A successful lawyer makes the client feel at ease.
Right.
It's making it easy, making you feel at ease, and then walking the walk. You can talk the talk, but then you got to walk the walk too.
Yep.
So if you can do all three, make it easy, make somebody feel at ease, and then do what you say you are going to do, good things happen, clients sleep well at night, and they let you do the work that you need to do. And it was a fantastic job, Carmela. Let me ask you a question, Carmela.
Sure.
What did you do as an attorney? Because every attorney can tell you to fill out an I-130 form. Every attorney can. What did you do in terms of his taxes to reduce it? I mean, what is the magic formula here, Carmela?
Well, what I do is, since he's self-employed, and that's why you need to hire an attorney, and I have an accounting background, I prepare profit and loss statements from his bank statements to show his income that he would not be able to pay back the taxes that is owed to the IRS.
All right, well, it's fabulous. And then, so basically you say, you know what? Yes, this guy owes the money, but he doesn't have the money now to do it, and he's going to have a big hardship if you make him pay it back. And if you don't have a lawyer like Carmela doing this for you, the IRS could care less. If Tony called him up and said, hey, I got no money, they say, too effing bad, pay us.
And
but then you got and then you got a lawyer like Carmela who says, wait a second,
hold on,
wait a minute. Despite the orange guy in the house, there's laws that say if he can't afford to pay it, he doesn't pay it. And she demonstrated it and reduced his taxes to $100. And by the way, when you came in, Tony, now I know you don't have to say what you paid us, okay? But you didn't pay us anywhere near what we saved you. Is that correct?
Absolutely not.
Right. So it was
definitely not. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah. All right. So do you have any last words for Carmela? And then I'm going to let Carmela have her last word. And I think anybody, and by the way, anybody who's listening should call. It's absolutely free to speak to Carmela about your taxes. It's tax season coming up. So if you owe taxes or haven't filed taxes, it's absolutely free to speak to Carmela. And it's the same telephone number, 1-800-529-5465. Tony had his own little business. So she had to deal with his own little business issues as well. But it's people who own their little businesses. It's individual taxpayers. It's absolutely free to speak to Carmela. And that telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Tony, last words, please.
Last words.
Camilla, thank you very much. Thank you for making me feel that I had the correct representation, the right person taking care of my needs. I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank Brad, and I would like to thank everyone else at Spar and Bernstein who helped and made this possible. You all are the best. You represent, you know what you do, and you are experienced, and you made me feel like family. Some places you go and you feel like you are just an account number, but that's not the way Spar and Bernstein does it. You made me feel relaxed. You made me feel like family. You were concerned about my case. You called me every now and then to let me know what's going on, and I felt that I could call you at any time, any day, anyhow, to discussed whatever was needed to be done, whatever additional documents were needed. I felt relaxed and comfortable and confident that this was going to happen. And I would like to say to anyone listening who has a similar problem, whatever you are doing right now, drop whatever you are doing, pick up the phone and call Spar and Bernstein immediately. Tell them what your situation is, and they will help you. That is guaranteed. Do not listen to the people out there who tell you all these negative things about what's going to happen, what you're going to lose, and all the other negative things that squeeze your brains. You don't need that type of squeeze. You need the right squeeze who is right there at Spar and Bernstein. That's the squeeze you need, not the one that squeezes your brain and squeezes your finances and squeezes your pocket. And by the time you are through being squeezed, you will not know what day it is. But please call Spar and Bernstein, and the right squeeze is right there waiting to squeeze away your debt.
What more can we say here? Wow! I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Squeeze, you're fired. Tony, it's
Tony.
it's the Brad and Tony.
You're the man.
You're the man,
You're the
Tony.
man.
Thank you
Oh,
very
yeah.
much.
Thank
And
you,
congratulations, Tony.
Thanks a lot.
We're gonna let Tony go. You said it wonderfully. I can't say enough. How happy I am that we were able to help you, how happy we were able to make you, and of course, how nice you were to spend your time and come on our show and tell us what a great job that we did and what a great job Carmela did. Congratulations, Tony.
Thank
you.
Thank
Thank you.
very much.
And Carmela, just stay here 1 second with us.
Sure.
Tell us, what's the moral of the story here, Carmela, and how do people reach you? Well, I'll tell you.
Sure.
Squeeze will tell you how they reach you, but what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story, if you owe taxes, please contact the firm. We can maybe help you. You know, it doesn't matter if you have not filed for several years. If you have a company or as an individual, contact Spar and Bernstein to help settle your tax debt.
There you have it, Squeeze.
There you
Give
have
the
it.
number. Thank you, Carmela.
Thank you.
Now that I get squeezed in.
Yes.
All right. You know, I felt squeezed out, but I've been squeezed in.
We're going to get to USA Credit right now. You'll be
Forget about USA Credit.
you'll be
I've been
squeezed in
now.
seconds.
You know, I wanted to say something. I couldn't get a word in.
All right.
But, you know, the number is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. My friends, my family members, they have used the law offices of Spar and Bernstein with Carmela to, of course, sort out their tax problems and issues, and some of them are still doing it. I say to each and every one out there, choose Spar and Bernstein. You heard that live testimony on the radio was solid. It was on point. We did not interrupt him. I just wanted to hear him speak, because when I listen to people, I can tell exactly what they're going through and what they're feeling and how gratifying they feel. So I just want to say thanks to you, Carmela, and everybody calling 1-800-529-5465 to see you. All right?
All right. Thank you, Carmela. Now,
All right,
Squeeze, we've been running this a couple of times, but I think it's such a wonderful video. I want to get right to it. You know, our partners here in crime, we're not criminals,
No,
but
no,
I don't like to say that, but we're just saying that in,
I'll disclaim.
in a disclaimer. We're not
I'm
really
I'm
criminals.
disclaiming that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, okay.
you know.
Our partners.
Can I
period.
slap you?
No, our
Can I slap you?
Yes, our partner here at USA Credit Repair, who makes things happen. Squeeze bumped into somebody. We are not criminals. Squeeze bumped into somebody at the airport who had some nice things to say about USA Credit Repair. Let's watch.
Okay, so I'm here at the airport, right into, of course, you know, a client of USA Credit Repair, and she wants to tell me what USA Credit Repair did for her. So what did USA Credit Repair do?
Yes, I must say I had bad credit. I heard you and I called. Mm-hmm. You gave me a discount and working with me on a monthly plan.
Right.
My credit is excellent now. I'm getting credit card. I got car, and I'm in good shape, tip-top shape. I didn't believe at first it was a gamble, but I prove it for myself. So I have to let you all know. Check Mr. Squeeze, because he's doing it for us.
What kind of car did you get?
Acura RDX.
Acura. So now that you have good credit, what is your credit score?
It's in the 750.
750 range.
Yes, 750 range.
All right. Anything else you got with your credit after realizing that everything worked out for you with your credit?
Gold cards. Gold cards, credit card, gold card.
Tell people a few of the bad things you had on your credit before we fixed it.
Okay, I have loans. I have a couple of credit cards, and quite a few other stuff I had, but it was really bad. It was really bad. I couldn't ask for anything in any store. Not even a store card I couldn't get.
Right.
And now I can walk wherever I want to and apply, and I'm sure I'm going to get.
All right.
Yes.
Did you get a loan recently?
Yes, I did. I'm here in Jamaica to bury my son, and I went to the credit union without any question. I got what I wanted, and while they gave it to me, they said, we see here that you're qualified for a gold card, and I got it too.
Wow, so you got the loan. Okay, and by the way, sympathies and condolences in reference to your
my son?
Your son who died, right?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. However, at least you were able to give him a good send-off because you got the loan, right?
Yes, yes,
and you
definitely.
also got yourself a gold card.
Yes, more than one.
More than one?
Yes.
Now, the only thing that we're going to ask for you to do is make sure that you're maintain good credit.
Yes, I will.
All right?
I will.
I mean, although you know you have us still. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And just spread the word to everybody.
Yes,
right?
I'm spreading it. I'm spreading it.
Tell them that squeeze is no joke.
Yes, squeeze is no joke. He'll do it for me, and he'll do it for you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. See you. Bye-bye. There you have it, folks. Once again, like I said, going through an airport, I meet so many people who's always saying that we, have done such wonders for them with credit. It even happens with the Spar and Bernstein law offices because people talk about immigration, but here we are talking about credit, and I'm very happy that this lovely lady, of course, was able to get help for us. Her son passed on, and she was able to get a loan. She was able to get a gold card. She was able to get her Acura RDX, and that's what we're all about. She gave me goose pimples knowing that we were able to help her out in such a, situation with her son passing on. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's USA Credit Repair. Make sure you check us out online or call us at 1-800-786-1330. That's 1-800-786-1330. And if you're listening to this on the radio, check it out on Facebook and you see what we have been doing, all right? Rocking my son's Penn State, of course, school shirt here and having a blast going through the airport. I still think that Columbia is a better school, son. Anyway, we'll catch up later. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this. And there you have it, a true success story of someone who actually used the company USA Credit Repair.
Actually used it. A lot of people actually used it.
Yeah, you can. Yes. We just want to give out the number right now. Call them at 1-800-USA-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. And we would love for you to be one of our true success stories here on the Brad and Squeeze Show. Whether it's audio or video, we would like it either way.
Of course. And by the way, it's the first 30 days for free as long as you watch us on the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Absolutely. That's
and
true.
90-day money-back guarantee as long as you follow their protocol. 1-800-872-7177 for USA Credit Repair. With us in our SMG room now is Kristen O'Leary, another attorney. She's here to talk about child support.
Okay.
When going through a divorce squeeze and splitting assets such as the marital home, the 401k plan, the pension, you need good attorneys. Especially true when a couple is figuring out custody and visitation of their most precious commodity, their children. So with us today, we got Kristen O'Leary. And Kristen, hello!
Kristen, how are you?
How are you?
We're good. We're good.
So what does it mean? We got to go run into this really quickly. What does it mean to have custody of a child? What does that really mean legally?
All right, well, custody refers to two different things. A lot of people think of it as one thing, who has the kid. And that's only one aspect of custody. That's physical custody. But there's a pressing issue as a matter of legal custody, which is who makes decisions based on that child, not just where the child lives. So in terms of physical and legal, who makes decisions about medical, schools, it becomes very relevant who's granted custody because who's going to make those decisions based on that child's life.
And joint custody is basically exactly what it says, joint, right?
It's not quite as simple as the words joint. Unfortunately, judges don't typically grant joint custody unless the parties agree to it. So think about a divorce. It's a great thing to get divorced if you can, be on good terms with your ex-spouse. You can make joint decisions for your child that benefits all of you. That's not always the case. So a judge isn't going to give joint custody to a family that is in turmoil, that can't agree on anything. So, it's a gray area where you need representation in order to negotiate an actual joint custody agreement.
So what happens if the parents are unmarried, though? Does that make a big difference?
Well, when parents are unmarried, no one really has custody. The custody has to be established. So even though one parent says, the kid lives with me, I have custody, is that they have one type of custody. They have physical custody of the child. But that doesn't mean that they have custody. They have to go to family court in the county where they live or where the child lives, and they need to iron out those details, and someone needs to make a decision or an agreement about who's going to have custody and who's going to make decisions about that child.
So, Kristen, just recently, I know you had a case where you successfully completed a custody case for your client. Tell us about what that fight was about, what you did to help somebody, and that somebody was a viewer or listener of our show here on the Brad and Squeeze Show. And by the way, to reach Kristen, to reach our matrimonial department, it's the same telephone number as it is to reach our immigration department, and of course Carmela, our tax attorney, and that's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Tell us about what you did to help one of our viewers.
Well, this person had actually seen us on the Brad and Squeeze Show, and they contacted the firm because they had a child custody order from about 10 years ago. The mother had left the jurisdiction. She was living in another state for the entire 10 years, never had any contact with the child. She shows up in New York with the cops at his doorstep demanding visitation, overnight visitation with the child, taking the child by force. Because it's a valid order made from a court in New York State, the cops had no choice but to enforce it. So they took that child from the custodial parent.
They took the child right out of the home in the middle of the night?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't in the middle, it wasn't in the middle of the night, but
why was there no notice ever given to this parent that was eventually our client?
Well, there is no notice to give. The woman showed up in New York and wanted visitation. So without a court order terminating her rights from 10 years ago, she has every right to visit with that child pursuant to that court order as far as the police are concerned. So that client had a responsibility.
This parent didn't see her child for 10 years and just shows up with a 10-year-old court order and says, I want to see my kid, and showed up with the police?
Correct.
That's crazy.
Took the child. Yeah, the father didn't have any talking to the child, any communication for the entire weekend. He was devastated. We had to file an emergency order to terminate the visitation with the mother, and it was a nasty custody battle that we had to do a full trial for, because this guy, he should have gone back to court years ago and terminated her rights when she, had been gone for 3 years, 5 years. But, he waited because he wanted to, keep things the status quo, but that's a mistake.
So the mistake that this man made, he's raising his child for 10 years, doesn't see the mother, knows there's this outstanding court order somewhere, does nothing about it, it's still enforceable. So Correct. If you're raising this child, for example, and this other parent is now a no-show parent, you gotta eliminate that parent out of your child's life. You don't want that parent to come in with the cops and literally rip the kid out of your hands at a moment's notice, which is what happened.
Pretty much.
What did you do to help him? I'm not hearing her.
Yeah, we lost her.
We lost her. Kristen? Oh, there we go. It just cut out. All right. So Kristen, what happened, I know the story. So what happened, hopefully we'll get back to Kristen in a second. So what happened is this guy just said, the woman left life and that's the end of it.
Right.
So she comes back. So then there was a nasty custody fight. And obviously this man's position is where the hell has this mother been for the last 10 years? Don't say now all of a sudden out of nowhere you can just see this child. It's harming emotionally, although the parent does have a right to see the child.
Right.
Now eventually we were successful for this parent who was the custodial parent for 10 years on an absentee mother. But never let yourself get into a position like that. When there are court orders out there, that court order exists until you do something about it. It's equivalent, Squeeze, to saying a woman can be paying child support to a man, and in this case the man was the custodial parent, but it's the equivalent of a lot of men come to us and say, my kid's 24, 25 years old, why am I still paying child support?
Right.
And the answer is because there's a child support order out there.
You never terminated
You never terminated it. So you always, the moral of the story is that you always, especially in family court, especially in a matrimonial situation, unless there is an end date in a court order, okay? Unless there is a end date in a court order. For example, in my divorce decree, there's an end date on when everything ends. But unless you have an end date, unless there is an end date, it goes on forever. And this woman had right to visitation of a child. There's a court order for it. And this court order is enforceable even if she hasn't seen this kid for 10 years, unless the father went back to court to do something about it. What happened here is the father slept on his rights. But luckily, he listened to Brad and Squee show, called Spar and Bernstein, and we resolved the problem. But it could have been prevented.
That is definitely true. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this just about concludes another edition of the Brad and Squee show, the noon version, of course. We call it the LAWLINK. That's what we do normally at noon.
And would you be kind enough to let them know that Kristen and Megan are all part of Spar and Bernstein and how you can reach them?
And you just did a wonderful job in doing so. And
Thank
the
you.
number to reach them at is 1-800-529-5465. The Family Law Department, a very important department here at Spar and Bernstein, and should be in your life. So store the number, 1-800-529-5465. Do remember immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, a full-service law firm. That's what we are here at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. Brad Bernstein, of course, is at the helm of the firm, so make sure you reach out to us, 1-800-529-5465. Thanks to each and every one out there tuning in on the Brad and Squeeze page on Facebook and also 93.5 WVIP. With that said, we'll bid you farewell for now. Continue listening on 93.5 FM. And we'll join you again tomorrow morning right here on Facebook Live at Brad and Squeeze.
And by the way, the number for USA Credit, Nicole, is 1-800-872-7177. We're out of here.
Let's make it legal. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.